Welcome to the Candy Translate instruction video. This presentation will show you how easy and fast it can be to create multi-language websites in Django. For this presentation, I've prepared a very basic Django website. We have almost empty views, a base template that contains menu and other common items, 3 simple web pages, index, implementation, and contact, and a very basic CSS file. Let's run it to see how it looks. And now let's open candytranslate.com to check the new implementation steps. In step 1, we need to get the template for the Excel file. For this example, we'll add the German and Spanish languages to our website. English will still be our main language. The template can be saved anywhere, but I like to keep it in my project folder. Now step 2. We need to copy all used texts into the Excel file. In the base file, we have menu items that will require translation. Column A is a page name. As the base template is used by all pages, we'll put all. And we'll give some names for these texts. We do the same for all pages. I can speed up the video, just remember that the text name cannot repeat within the same page. The last action in step 2 is sending the Excel file to translators that'll fill other columns. We strongly recommend manual translations done by real people that can properly interpret the content of your website. But for the purpose of this example, we'll use Google Sheets with the Google Translate function. We just need to copy the text for translation and define what the source language is, and what the target languages are. And we can copy translated texts back to our Excel file. We can now start step number 3. In this step, we'll generate the candy file from our Excel file. We need to place this file into our application directory. And we need to properly include this candy.py file in views file and URLs file. Just make sure that in here you use the proper application name. In our example, we have the application called Candy App. We can now go to step 4. In here, we need to open the urls.py file and replace path function with candy path. I'll just copy the star candy dot and put it in front of existing path functions. We're doing that only for pages that'll be translated, so not for the admin site. And now step number 5. We need to replace the render function with candyRender in views.py file. We also need to replace all texts on our HTML pages with the variable names. Variable names come from the columns A and B of the Excel file connected with the underscore. As this is variable, we need to place it in double curly brackets. Let me speed up the recording here for the rest of the changes. Now let's check if the website works properly. We have a small issue, so let me fix that quickly and run the website again. Okay, now everything works fine. The great thing is that we already have all our translated pages created. We can add the language name to the link, and we'll see that the translated pages do exist. The problem we need to address is that all our links are still opening the English version of the page. We'll take care of that in step number 6. For all our links, we need to remove the quotations and add candy link to the beginning. All of our links are placed in the base template, so let's do these changes there. And now we can check. All of our links are opening the proper language version of the page. Step number 7. Here, we'll give the user an option to switch the language. We'll do that by adding this one line of code to our menu. And everything works. We can switch the language. If we check the page source, we'll notice that our language selector has an ID that we can use for formatting it. So let's use this ID in our CSS to make the language selector a bit bigger, and we can also modify the color. The page is actually completed now, but we should still remember about making it friendly to Google and other search engines. We'll do that in step number 8. First, let's use the lang variable so the page can always introduce itself with the language that it's using. And we also need to remember that Google and other search engines require us to have all alternative pages with the same content linked. Thanks to Candy Translate, only one line of code is needed, and it adds the href links between pages for us. It's ready for all pages in all languages. It's also important to have sitemap.xml for search engines to efficiently crawl our pages. This is also added with one line of code. As we can see, sitemap.xml is ready. The huge advantage of using Candy Translate is that it makes website maintenance much easier, faster, and cheaper. If we want to change any text on the website, we can edit the Excel file, generate a new Candy file, and we're done without development efforts. And let's check how easy it is to add more languages to our website. Let's generate a new Excel file, and this time we'll add Chinese, French, Greek, Italian, Japanese, Hindi, and maybe Portuguese and Turkish. We can save it as Candy Template 2. We can copy the first 3 columns as they don't change. And for the other columns, we'll again use Google Sheets the same way. Let's copy it back to our new Excel file and generate a new Candy file. And that's it. We've implemented 11 languages without any development. In 2 minutes, we added 8 languages. And everything simply works. The language selector now shows 11 available languages. All links are properly showing the correct version of the page. Sitemap is also now reflecting all 11 languages for all of our pages. And even our links for alternative page versions work correctly. Candy Translate is completely free and makes the website localization process quick and easy. And now you're an expert in using it.